So do we want to do what we watched over break
I
now?
will do. We'll do it quick. Let's do it quick because
Okay.
it's more current than the things that we're going to be mentioning later. I think. At least mine are.
Okay, go ahead.
We watched two movies during the break. We watched Juror 2, which is on Max. That's actually the same guy was in. Oh no, he wasn't. Juror 2. What's the guy who was in Juror 2? Wombat. Who's that actor? The guy from.
Is that Miles Teller? Is he in that one?
I don't think so. It's the guy who was in the Russian King movie series, who also is going to be in some Marvel thing now. He's like a skinny guy.
Tom Holland.
Wombat.
It's Nicholas Hoult.
Okay. Is that
Paul Rudd.
That's his name? I guess I did not know his name at all ever.
Yeah, Nicholas Hoult.
Paul Rudd. I know it's not Paul Rudd. I know his name. Everybody knows Paul Rudd. This is I mean, as you guess from the title, it's like a juror. It's like a juror movie with a twist. And I mean, they kind of tell you the twist in the synapse.
See, not juror number 2. See it not being a different one.
No, I don't know. It was just okay. I watched it with even Ty watched this movie with us, and we all agreed it was just fine. To say, like, as Wombat would put it, it's just fine. It's hard to recommend, to spend 2 hours on something that's just like sort of fine. It is what it is, which is something that I can't really recommend. Carry On, which is like one of the top movies on Netflix right now.
Ooh, Adam Sandler.
No, what?
Oh.
No. It's the guy from the Elton John movie, Rocket Man. What's his name?
In the Kingsman.
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton.
Say it again.
Taron Egerton.
Okay, I'm just trying to learn it so for next time.
You're not gonna remember that.
I'm going to say it. Taron Egerton. That's how you learn things, is by repeating them. He is like a TSA agent, and he's got to stop.
Is he like one, or is he actually one?
Well, that's actually part of the plot. Actually, I mean, I just have bad grammar, but it is part of the plot because the whole thing is like, does he really want to be a TSA agent? Is his heart really into it, or does he want to be a cop?
Heart into being a TSA agent?
It's like, is he fulfilling his dream? Yeah, I mean, yes, Wombat. Yes, of course. Yes, you point out something that's a little too on the nose, but that's sort of the whole problem with the movie. The whole movie is sort of like that. You're like, oh, like it's all in your face, and
like the comedy classic. She's just not. What's that movie? She's just not into you. No,
I don't
what's
know
it
that
called?
One. I don't know. Does it take place in LAX?
Oh God,
She's the man.
No, why am I blanking? Wait, now I have to look it up.
Just one of the guys?
No, Alice Eve is in it.
Oh, Midnight Madness.
She's out of my league.
Oh, okay.
Midnight Madness is a classic.
Classic
classic Midnight Madness.
Cherry
She's out of my league.
Point?
There's also they're TSA agents in that movie too.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
I'm hijacking.
Yeah. Anyway, it's mostly dumb. It's a good. I'll say this about it. I don't want to shit on it, be too negative. I made it through this movie to the end in one viewing, pretty much. I maybe stopped to like do something for a little bit, but it was within like 3 hours I watched this movie, which I can't. There's plenty of movies that I cannot say that about. But at the end, I was just like, this is fucking dumb as shit. But I also tried to watch Beetlejuice 2 again, but I could not. I made another like 12 minutes. It's very bad.
I'm still gonna watch that with the kids. I bet we enjoy it.
When you watch it with your kid, I don't know, man. It hurt.
It's a different audience. It's a different thing.
It hurt to watch. As someone who really, enjoyed
bases
the first
your
one,
life around the first one.
never that point. Like it didn't. I was just like, it made me just disappointed. Like it didn't. It's like when you see a bad Ghostbusters movie, like a normal person would not say like it's ruining my life, but a person, it's reasonable to say like, I'm disappointed, like that's the direction that they went in making this movie. It made me feel not so great or entertained. Right? That's a reasonable thing to say.
Is there a version of this movie that you would have liked?
It just didn't even feel like a Tim Burton movie at all. Like, and that's weird even to say. It was not weird. And that's the problem.
Okay.
I feel like a Beetlejuice sequel either needs to be one of two things. It either needs to be, and again, I haven't seen Beetlejuice 2, so who knows? Maybe
I guarantee your idea is better than this movie. Go ahead.
It's either Beetlejuice somewhere else, completely unrelated to the first movie.
Okay.
Like it's all a new family, new problems,
Yeah.
new dead couple.
Yeah. Yes.
Who
Better.
finally
Already better.
need
Already
a
better.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Or it involves the Maitlands and Beetlejuice. I think not having them because it's the
Which
first
one are the
Beetlejuice.
Maitlands? I forgot.
The two
dead
people
couple.
the two people in the first movie that are
Alec
in every
Baldwin
scene.
and Alec Baldwin and Gina
No, I
Davis.
didn't know that. I forgot. Okay. Stop it, Ship. That's not nice.
What you
What?
I
you
forgot
don't
that guy's
remember?
names. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
I know.
The Maitlands. They own Maitland
Okay,
Hardware.
whatever. It's like such a okay.
Yeah. There's a big sign. Maitland
Alec
Hardware.
Baldwin and Gina Davis,
Davis.
is how we refer to them.
Yes. They should have been the whole thing with that movie is it ends with them basically getting to keep the house. And then there's a new movie that takes place in that house, but they're not there and they don't explain it, is my understanding.
Big suck.
Okay. Yeah. That to me is weird.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Sure.
Yeah.
I watched, and let me tell you, if you want to watch something that's only like 20 minutes long, that you
I
can
watched
put on
one of
when-
these. I watched one of these.
that you can put on when you're laying in bed right before you go to sleep, and you're like, this is something that I could turn my brain off and just watch before I go to bed.
Mhm.
There are 8 episodes of What If season 3 that are out right now, and it's perfect for that.
They're only 20 minutes long.
They're like 23 minutes each. They're not long.
Okay, we just started watching season 2 while we were sick,
Okay.
so we're catching up.
Yeah, I mean, What If is like, I would say the redheaded stepchild of the MCU, where most people don't watch it. Very few people are even, I think, feel like are even aware of its existence. That it's actually considered part of MCU canon in its own way.
I always thought it was cool. Like when I was a kid and they had it, I was like,
Yeah,
I want to read that.
Yes, yes. It is loosely based on the comics, where it's a multiverse thing, and it's like, what if the Fantastic Four all had the same powers, or all that kind of nonsense. The 3rd season has some really fun stuff in it. I actually do. The Winter Soldier Red Guardian episode might be my favorite.
Tell me which ones I should watch. I watched one. I already forgot which one it was, but it must have been one of the early ones. It must have been one of the first couple because I watched it.
From like season 1?
No. From the season 3.
Yeah. The Red Guardian Winter Soldier episode is really good. The Howard the Duck and Darcy from the Thor movie episode is really good.
Okay.
It's funny because this is the last season, and the last 2 episodes are supposed to wrap it all up, but they kind of stretch out the last 2 episodes into something that really should have been 1 episode. So that's sort of like the weakest of it is the finale of the whole series. Is
the story,
weakest.
it's tied together?
It all ties together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they tie it together
Even from the previous seasons or no?
Even from the previous seasons.
Oh, I thought I could just like.
No, you
haven't watched the previous seasons?
You'll be fine.
The previous seasons all tie together. Within the seasons too.
I didn't know.
At least the first season did.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, they do it's like these little bottle episodes, and then at the end they're like, and this is how we're gonna tie it all together, which is fine. But you could watch it without knowing that they even tie together. And also the Shang-Chi Old West one, I like that one too, with Kate Bishop, Hawkeye.
Okay.
And Walton Goggins. So if you only watch 3, you can make it the Howard the Duck one, the Wild West one, and the Winter Soldier one. But the Winter Soldier Red Guardian one that's the one that's the most old school What If. Because it really does have that's the one that you could see the comic book cover, because I'll spoil what the topic is, because the first 15 seconds of the episode, it's like, what if the Winter Soldier did not assassinate Howard Stark?
Nice.
And it's pretty good, because you're like, oh, I this is a moment that I know from the MCU so well. It's such a big thing. This is such a deviation from something, and it's like, oh yeah, this is like. And it has a nice little twist in there, and it's fun. And it's fun also, because the Red Guardian's in it, and David Harbour is, and they get all the voices. Sebastian Stan and David Harbour doing their roles.
Nice.
So,